Epic intro music.
Hello and welcome to my new shoutout series. Okay, so the first shoutout I'd like to do is Red Event Games. Red Event Games, awesome bloke, does amazing content on Football Manager. If you're interested in Football Manager, he is the channel to go to. He does some amazing content. Just make sure you go over to his channel and show him some support. The reason he is the first shout out is because I've actually got the idea from him, because he's done a summer shout out series on Football Manager 2018 where a lot of his subscribers and Twitter supporters are named after players from his team. I thought it was just an amazing idea to kind of show support.
But yeah, poor control there by the defender. PlayStation Hub picked it up, surged into the box. Had a few players to choose from, but floats it in. Iron Prime just with a deft header. And that's what we wanted.
Okay, so first of all, this first episode is going to be me sort of explaining what's going on, how the game works and everything. So, I've gone into the ruler designer, and I have made myself the original person. But all I've given him is Midas touched, because in the ruler designer, if you give them any good traits, it basically makes them about 50, 60 years old. And I think 50 is actually the maximum in the unmodded version of the game. So I've given him 16 stat in stewardship. And I've already done a few things off screen, like get married and sort the council out, and increase tribal organisation, stuff like that. But first things first, how the shoutouts are going to work is whenever I have kids, or someone else in my dynasty has kids, I'm going to name them after another channel. And basically, after my ruler dies, all of the other channels who are going to be the children and siblings, etc., they're all going to fight for control of the throne of Bohemia. It's sort of like Game of Thrones, the video game. There's lots of really funny events that pop up. Some of the traits are hilarious. You asked your ancestors for prosperity and wealth for your realm. Now it is time to present your offering. What will you give them in return? Okay, so we've prayed to the ancestors here to try and get a blessing which will in turn improve our stats. So here, we can offer one of our own eyes. We can offer one of our courtiers as a sort of sacrifice. We can offer them the best food and drink, and we can offer them a small carving. The best one is the one that gains us the most piety is the top one. So it's whether I want my character to be a sort of pious character or not. We'll check this poor fella out. We don't actually need this guy, his stats aren't that good. So I may just have to sacrifice this poor fella. The offering struggled violently when the Volve and her disciples pushed it down on the offering zone. The ancestors will surely be pleased with such a vigorous servant. Now all you can do is wait and hope. May the ancestors bestow their blessings upon me. Okay, so I've invited this guy to my court, presumably to be my court chaplain. Every tribal nation starts with this Gaemonic succession law, which basically means your land is split up between all of your children. All of your male heirs, unless you've got gender laws. Basically, the game can seem quite complex at first, but honestly, it's actually rather simple once you play it for a little bit. I think it took me a few playthroughs to really get the feel of the game. Right, you can do all sorts of things. It's a very funny game. Here, for example, what we need to do now is pick a patron deity. So, there are many deities you can choose from. The god of thunder, the god of the underworld, the god of fertility, or the god of death and rebirth. So we'll see what stats they give us, because we've got a sort of stewardship focus. However, we do lose Marshall for the stewardship one. So I think I'm going to pledge my axe to Perrin, the god of thunder. Sounds good to me. because I do need to get my martial score up a little bit. Yes, we've got martial to 9, and I've got married to this Gerda Saga. A lovely name. I can't rename existing characters, I don't think. No. So that's why I'm only going to be naming you guys after the children. But the reason I've married her is because she's got the genius trait. And these heart-shaped traits, basically your children can inherit the heart-shaped traits. So would hopefully get a load of genius children. She's a scholarly theologian. She's temperate, cynical, yet humble and patient. So not too bad all round, some quite good stats. Do we want the money or no, we want the prestige at the moment. Okay, so we can still assign a court tutor, however nobody's really worthy of being a court tutor at the moment. So I'll just have a quick look around. I'm gonna have to make this guy the court tutor, because honestly, nobody has any good stats at all. Okay, so if we take a look at the surrounding nations, basically, Bavaria are stronger than us, and obviously the West Francia and Middle Francia are a lot stronger than us. Saxony is stronger than us. We're about the same strength as Moravia, and we're stronger than Sorbia and Silesia. It's going to be quite a tough playthrough, as we are Slavic pagan. If you look at the religions tab over here, you can see that all of the Catholics will absolutely hate us, as well as the Tengri, and the Germanic nations as well. And we border the Catholic nations, and they will not like us at all. So basically, what we want to do is we want to kind of swear fealty under someone. None of the Slavic nations are all that powerful yet, so we're just going to have to do our best to unite the Slavic nations first. So they want us to build a great monument. It costs 20 gold, but gains us monthly piety. This one will give us prestige. I'm going to go with that to try and increase the prestige early on. Hopefully we don't get attacked. We've got the Become King ambition. And what I would like to do is have a kid straight away, so that I am able to form an alliance, and I can get the whole shoutout idea rolling. I could strive to become better, or I can be satisfied with who I am and what I have. So here I can either try and go for content or ambitious, and ambitious is way better than content. So, fingers crossed. Did we get it? I don't think we did. Okay, worrying reports has reached you regarding your marshal, Chief Kremozil. It seems that he's been using your soldiers to extort money from the present peasantry. Now that's an extreme violation of code, but I'm going to have to deal with this later, because I need him as my marshal. We don't have many skillful people in the realm, and he's a powerful vassal. Hey! So my wife's pregnant. That's what we wanted to see. So we'll be getting the first shout out soon enough. Well, it'll be second shout out technically, because I've given the shout out to Red Event Games first, just for giving me the awesome idea for this series. So we just have to wait 9 months and the first shout out will be here. Okay, so here we can see the other nations are currently at war, so this might be an opportunity to jump on them. So Saxony are trying to subjugate Sorbia, and I don't think we can subjugate them before they subjugate them, basically. Moravia are attacking Bavaria in the Moravian conquest of Zlolmo, whatever that is. So they're trying to invade this province right here. So my plan here is to wait until they lose a bunch of their troops and then go and subjugate Moravia. So that's my plan. I could try and invade Sorbia here, but I don't think that I'm going to be able to. If Saxony look like they're getting too aggressive on the border, I will swear fealty, bend the knee to them, because I don't want to get wiped out right at the start of this playthrough. That's the opposite of what I'm going for, obviously. So hopefully these get into combat pretty soon, And then I will be able to... Ooh, no, he's got quite a lot of troops there. I definitely couldn't mess with him at the moment. I could mess with Sorbia, but they're about to not exist anymore. I'm going to put the speed up. Yeah, they already don't exist. I've got a feeling that I should swear fealty to Saxony. Because Saxony can muster up over double the troops I can already muster up. And I would still have a duke status. Can we see what ambition he's got? So he doesn't have the become king ambition because he already is one, which means he can't actually subjugate anyone else for now. So we'll just see how this war goes, because Silesia also have more troops than me at the moment. And I can't swear fealty to them, because they're of an equal rank to me. And I don't want to join the Catholic nations either. The Rise of the Shias. Now I won't read this. Also, if you have played Crusader Kings II before, I am including a random Mongol invasion. I am also including the Sunset Invasion DLC. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I just wanted to make this playthrough as tough as possible, to be honest. I've got... here we go! Okay, so it's trying to name my son after me. That's not going to happen. So I've got a randomizer, and I'm going to randomize the first name. Okay, and the first person getting a shout out is Gaemonic. Nice one. He is the sponsor of Tech Guy Gaming, and he makes t-shirts, so I'll drop a link down below, and definitely go check out his website. He has some awesome t-shirts, and he's also a great guy. He's really funny on Twitter. Don't forget to follow him on Twitter and say hi. Okay, so let's have a look at Gaemonic. Okay, so what do we want to give him? Right. I think we should give him the struggle focus and try and get him to become a powerful commander. That sounds good to me. And we can arrange a betrothal straight away because I'm in dire need of alliances. Can I ally with Saxony? That would be the best thing for me. I cannot. Lesser Poland? Right, we need to look to see if anybody has a daughter at this point in the game, basically. Because we can arrange a betrothal. Okay, so it looks like it's too early in the game. Basically, no one has had any kids yet. So, since I do not want to lose instantly, I am going to swear fealty to Saxony right here. They are a different religion. They are Germanic, which is why I'm thinking twice about it. Because I am Slavic, so I really want to band together with the Slavic nations. But there isn't really a powerful one. I mean, I'm probably the most powerful one. So I've got two choices. I either stick with it and risk being totally annihilated from the start, or just swear fealty under Saxony and then try to break free at some point. I'll tell you what, I'll carry on for a couple of months. Okay, so Gaemonic, we're going to need to assign him. So we need to assign him a guardian to make sure he is a great commander. So the guardian will be picking Kresmosil, the dodgy marshal. He's good at his job though, he's just a bit corrupt, trying to squeeze extra taxes out of those peasants. We'll get him to tutor him in the ways of becoming a commander. So our first addition, Gaemonic Pictus. Who's going to be the second one? I'm hoping to get a bunch of shoutouts in this one. I'm hoping to have like 6 or 7 kids in the first couple of episodes to really get it off the mark. Oh, brilliant. So we've gained 250 prestige. Now, what do I need here? So this is the best thing you can use prestige for as a tribal warrior. Tribal nation. Once you get 500 prestige, you can raise a 2,500 men regiment, and that can pretty much sort out anyone invading you, especially if you get a few of them. Because the Franks can raise 4,000 troops, So if we get like 2,000 prestige, we should be able to hold off anyone. However, that doesn't mean we're not going to get wiped out right now. Anyone could just declare war on us right this second. It's lucky Bavaria already at war with both Croatia and Moravia. So, and they're already down to 837 troops. I could use this opportunity. Oh, my wife is pregnant, but I was away, wasn't I? No! I fought it over, and I cannot be the father of my wife Saga's baby. As it grows in her belly, I have trouble sleeping. I must put this matter to rest. However, I am going to trust her word, because I need as many kids as I can get for the purpose of this series. So we're just going to have to trust her, even though she's a bit of a cheating bitch. No! No! Chest pains! No! My guy's already going down! This could be the worst start to a campaign ever. But since Bavaria have just lost a war to Moravia, so I'm tempted to go straight to war against them now, because we need protection. Yeah. Has anybody had a daughter quickly so I can pull Moravia in perhaps? No, I think I am going to declare war because they're currently fighting Croatia. Okay, I am going to risk this. This could be the worst choice that I have ever made. Oh no, I can't oh no, it's alright. Can't be the worst choice I've ever made because I cannot subjugate people who are a higher rank than me. Moravia, however, I could attack them, but they still have more troops than me. So what I'm going to have to do is wait for 500 prestige and just hope. Ooh, Middle Francia just took the middle chunk of West Francia. Oh, I've contracted pneumonia already. No. Do I even have a court physician? I don't. And as a tribal ruler, you can't search for one. I'm just going to have to deal with it. How have I got pneumonia already? Okay, so Saxony is now fighting this small nation here, and they can somehow raise over 1,000 troops. Okay, so we're just going to bide our time for a little bit. Okay, so your steward comes to see you one afternoon. He explains that he has devised a plan to bring in exotic goods by setting up a trade route with a foreign realm. This would of course require a sizable monetary investment, and the potential profits would also be great. Let's organise the expedition. Yeah, let's hire a merchant ship for the journey. Your cough has subsided and the ill-boding fever has left your body. You have survived pneumonia. Thank God for that. I don't think we could have dealt with a death that quickly in the game. The word has spread. You're planning a travelling expedition, and a group of Volves have arrived with your court. They are offering temple funds for the journey if you allow them to continue on. Of course, it would be an honour to have you with us. Time to set out on the trading expedition to foreign lands. Okay, so Saxony are destroying them too. Oh yes, and we've had a second son. Let me just randomise this, one sec. Because I have to let you know, I think I've got about 30 channels. I think I went a bit overboard with the shoutouts. But I will be able to fit everybody in, because the amount of new characters that come into this is immense. So, who've we got here? The next one. So, as you can see, the next one picked out of the hat is uCantonese. It's another fantastic channel. Always get great support from them on Twitter, and it's in the name. They teach you how to speak Cantonese, and he's a really good teacher. He's really clear and concise, and it's a really great idea.
Alright, let's now look at how to pronounce this phrase on the chart. On sick. So the T represents the tone numbers from 1 to 6.
But if you want to learn Cantonese. So definitely head over to his channel, drop him a like, some comments, and certainly subscribe. Give him a follow on Twitter too. I'll be putting all the links in the description below. Okay, so we'll do something different with this kid. We'll give him we'll go for a more thrifty stewardship type focus, and I will be tutoring him myself. So we'll see how we do there. So we've got 2 kids already, which is fantastic, because at this point, if we die, 1 province each will go to each of the kids, and then they will end up fighting over the kingdom, which will be quite exciting. Okay, your expedition has finally reached the realm of King Karl of West Francia. The steward asks you what gift we shall bring forth. I think we'll give a dozen tough warriors. We really want to show a sign of good faith, so we'll give them a dozen tough warriors. And at dinner, you notice King Karl of West Francia's face growing red with annoyance as he glares at your steward shoveling face in his food with his bare hands. So I can say, please excuse him, I'm still trying to teach this barbarian proper manners. Which I will do because I don't want to annoy him at all. He's much higher up than me. Hopefully we can get a non-aggression pact out of this, and then we won't die. You're walking idly around the court of King Karl when you suddenly hear a discussion increasing in intensity around the corner. Turning the corner, you're surprised to see one of the Volves from your expedition engaged in a wild theological debate with a local noble. This could endanger the whole venture. Ooh, we have a 50% chance of gaining Zealous if we pick this, but he won't like us, so I think we just have to stop, because yeah, we have to stop it. We have to stop him. After long hours negotiating and discussing possible terms of trade, you and King Karl of West Francia seem to have arrived at a mutual understanding. This will be a profitable... Okay, this is good. With the new trade route set up, you return with the first batch of goods and sell them for a nice profit. The influx of new wares will also benefit the economy for a long period of time to come. So we get trade route for 30 years, that's really good. 100 gold, 150 prestige, city tax, castle tax and tribal tax increased by a lot. Okay, so that's fantastic result that we've got there. Now, does that put him on friendly terms with us? So opinion, so we have, oh no, he's zealous, so he already has a minus 25. Okay, so he himself has had a daughter. So what I'm going to try and do here is see if I can arrange a betrothal between his daughter and Gaemonic. No, he will not accept offers from infidels. That would have been very useful to try and do, because to get him on our side would have been quite amazing. But we're going to have to go on without him. Now, we don't really have anyone good that can take his place. The court chaplain just died again. But I'd like to build zeal in the capital. Okay, your steward has brought in riches to your realm for his competent handling of the trading expedition, and he probably expects to be rewarded with his share of the wealth. I only have to give him 1.5 to get him to like me more, and I think that's worth it, because he only currently likes me 5. So I will be doing that, after having a bit of a fallout with him trying to sort out the trade agreement. So now we can still we still can't raise as many men as our surrounding enemies. So it's getting more and more likely that we're going to have to swear fealty to Saxony. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to try and get to... We've got 413, and we want to try and get to 500 prestige as soon as possible so we can raise those extra troops. Okay, so my vassals are forming alliances with each other, which isn't a good thing. But they won't be able to take me out. Okay, so what we want to do is look at the other rulers' prestige, because if they have negative prestige, they won't be raising any tribal warriors. So I think we can go for the subjugation of Silesia, or the subjugation of Moravia. See how he has -9 prestige too. So we could go for the subjugation of Moravia once we hit 500 prestige. You wake up and go to the garden to greet the sun, and then suddenly realise that your castle garden has been neglected for years and turned into an overgrown and chaotic disgrace. The weeds are knee-high and vines are making it almost impassable without having a sword at hand. Something needs to be done at this. I'll make sure to make this a real garden with a glorious hedge maze. It's hard work to clean out all the weeds from a huge garden. It will take many days and nights of hard labour to finish the preparatory work before you can even begin to grow the hedge maze. Now, is he my steward? Yes. So I need to acquire a helping hand, which is good because now my steward will become a loyalist probably, if it goes successfully. Now the hedges are planted and you just need to wait for them to grow. You turn your attention to other details that your garden needs. Should you add some statue to the dead ends of your maze? So I can gain proud to give me extra monthly prestige, and it is one of the 7 deadly sins, but I'm definitely going for it. Because I need that extra prestige. Proud is a good trait. Which also allows me to show interest in joining the Cold Ones. Which I've never actually joined the Cold Ones before, so I'm going to show interest. Any garden with self-respect has a fountain, someone told you once. Now you have the possibility to build a fountain for your garden to flaunt extra extravagance. So, that gives me extra monthly prestige. I'll have a fountain and wine shall flow through it all days of the week, and you can gain gluttonous. But that lowers your stewardship. So I am going to build a large fountain right in the middle for an increase in prestige again. Now the Cold One Society that I can join, you can only join it if you're Suamesco, Germanic, Slavic, or I think that's it actually, one of the Eastern European tribal nations. So the Cold Ones believe that certain people are born with witch's blood, and it is their blessing to be able to turn to Chernobog, the black god, to gain power and wealth. They are frowned upon by traditional believers who would rather call them cursed, as they are rumoured to sacrifice humans and commit heinous acts in order to achieve their goals. But I feel it's a good, exciting idea and it will give us some funny events. Okay, so we'll import exotic flowers for the garden too. I'm having dinner and plenty of drinks with Chief Vogan of Limatris tonight. It's lovely, yet I am most charmed by his Vogan himself. Why else would I not immediately stop our conversation, which has slowly begun to touch upon some almost heretical ideas, questioning the salvation of Perrin? Now, is this a messenger from the Cold Ones, or is this a different quest line? I think it's a great discussion whether I'm fueled by alcohol or not.
Please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and remember you can always follow me on Twitter and Instagram.
I lost my life to gaming, but I've got 2 more! Oh, I have to get this one. It comes on a hoodie. It comes on a mug! Yes!